Every year during tax season, the IRS releases a list of scams to watch out for, known as the Dirty Dozen. Personal finance writer Blake Ellis is joining me now to talk about those scams. Blake, what are the top 3 scams?
Well, number 1 on the list this year is identity theft, and that has been a huge issue for the IRS and for taxpayers in recent years because it's just become so much easier for people to get hold of personal information like social security numbers and names and birthdays.